What do Chinese companies need to be familiar with if they want to conduct an IPO in the United States?
I think that actually has been, a big issue, in that the U.S. financial regulators want to make sure that the companies that list in the U.S. on the New York Stock Exchange or wherever are transparent. They're revealing their financials, and that there is faith or confidence or total belief that those financials are correct. So you know what you're buying. So I think, my guess is that the PCAOB and whatever the Chinese version of that is will work together, so that there is that joint confidence from both groups. And that's going to make it a lot easier for Chinese firms to IPO in the US. And we can get away from this, these threats by the US of, delisting Chinese names. And, there are a lot of companies, not just Chinese companies, that have left, listing in the US because they didn't want to deal with, all the oversight. But I think hopefully over time that changes, and we, as a world, we come to one version of financial oversight. I think that's going to happen. But I think this is a great step towards that, and will make it easier for Chinese and all other firms, companies to list in the U.S. and do an IPO in the U.S. And will it change Chinese firms' compliance systems? I guess it might, but it also might change some U.S. compliance systems. Again, I think it's a negotiation, but it's not a battle. It's not a war. It's two groups of accountants, snore, coming together and working together, for the common good, is how I see it. And I think it's going to take some time. But I think it's going to be a positive for really, I think, for the world. I think it's these companies are global. So many of them. There's so many U.S. companies that have operations in China and sell in China, and there are Chinese companies that have operations here, and SoftBank certainly, and TikTok, and I think that's all a good thing. And if you do business globally, you should be able to trade the securities, globally as well. So I think it is going to make it easier. It's a great positive step.